Hey guys, welcome back. This weekend on the 7th of April, there is a good fight happening in Mexico between two Mexican fighters. It's for the IBF Super Flyweight title, and it sees the current champion, Juan Carlos Sanchez Jr., going up against his challenger, Juan Alberto Rosas. Now, the champion, Sanchez Jr., he just won this title in his last fight, and he's only 21 and he's relatively inexperienced. I think he's 13 and 1. The one loss he had, he lost by knockout. Um, But I'm going to pull with the youth in this one. I know Rosas is not particularly old, but he is vastly more experienced than Sanchez Jr. But I'm going to pull for the champion in this one. I think he's going to retain his title. I think he's going to get a points victory, a unanimous decision victory. Um, Now, looking at his challenger, Rosas, he works best when he's pressurizing. So he's your typical Mexican fighter. Yeah, he's come forward, aggressive, balls to the wall, very warrior spirit type fighter. The type if you think of a Mexican fighter, you think of a guy like Rosas, um, and for him, he needs to pressurize early on. He needs to just go out straight away, pressurizing Sanchez Jr., putting pressure on him, taking him out of his straight out of his comfort zone to see how he can deal with it. He needs to constantly be aggressive. The problem with Rosas for me is that he does swing wild at times, and he's a little bit uncoordinated with his punches, in my opinion. I think when he might get a bit too excited and doesn't quite land his punches as cleanly as he could. But he's very good at getting his opponent up on the ropes and trying to unload on them. Um, Now, Sanchez Jr., the champion, he is, in contrast, not the type of fighter you would expect to come out of Mexico, really. He's more of a Tommy Hearns type guy. He's the ranger fighter, the taller fighter in this fight. He works on the outside, he has a good jab, and yeah, he's moving on his toes. That's how I describe him, like a Tommy Hearns type fighter. His jab in this is key. He wants to establish that jab early. He wants to try and keep Rosas outside if he can. He wants this fight on the outside. He doesn't want it inside. Um, and what he's very good at doing, I've noticed, is when he gets backed up towards the ropes, he's very good at lateral movement. So he's very, very, very good at slipping outside from getting caught on the inside. That's where this will work well for him here, because whereas Rosas likes to get inside and he's going to inevitably pressurize Sanchez Jr. onto the ropes, Sanchez Jr. is very good at slipping to the outside and just coming away. And just, popping that jab again. Rosas gets too close, slip out on the outside, pop that jab again. He needs to control the pace of the fight like that. If he needs to go through cycles, go through cycles. Let it work, let it happen. Don't get careless. Watch for Rosas's wild punches. Just keep your head, keep the game plan, and he should be okay. Like I said, good lateral movement. He also needs to keep the volume up. The risk for him in this fight is that Rosas starts throwing quite a lot of volume punches, and he doesn't return them. He needs to keep the jab going. He needs to keep throwing volume. He needs to keep on a par, at least, with Rosas. He is the more accomplished boxer, I feel, Sanchez Jr., and I just think he needs to stick to the game plan in this and not let it go to his head. The risk about this is that Rosas is more experienced, and with Sanchez Jr.'s inexperience, he could come unstuck. Rosas has some good power in his shots when he gets them going. He could wear Sanchez Jr. down. He could pressurize him. Could end up stopping him, TKO style, maybe late on. That's a risk you play here. But I think that Juan Carlos Sanchez Jr. retains his title. I think he manages to outmaneuver and outbox Juan Alberto Rosas over the 12 rounds for a decision. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. An interesting contrast in styles. This is BoxPred, and I am out.